Satyabama Institute of Science and Technology.
Hello everyone, this is Dr. Shanmuga Prabha, Assistant Professor, Department of CSE from Satyabama Institute of Science and Technology. Today we are going to see about the concept clustering in machine learning. In this, imagine that you are a store manager. You want to group your customer based on their purchasing habits. So how you find the patterns and similarities without labeling the datas? Hope you know what is meant by labeling and unlabeling the datas. Labeling means the data with the input features and the target labels, and unlabeling data means the data with the input features and has no target labels. So coming to this approach, how you approach this task? So here comes to a concept that's called means clustering. So what is mean by clustering? Clustering is an unsupervised machine learning technique that enables a group of unlabeled data based on their similarities between each other. So here shows the best example of customer segmentation. Here we are grouping the customers based on their purchasing history, demographics and online browsing behaviors. The next one is, here consider a raw data which contains apples, mangoes and strawberries. Here we are grouping those fruits based on a form of cluster with some help of some algorithm or some with help of some metric. So what is that metric? It is used to identify the distance between the objects. How can we measure means by using of a similarity measure. So when we will use the similarity measurements for finding the less number of features. The next one is clustering use cases. So here it is utilized in different assignments. Number 1, market segmentation. Number 2, statistical data analysis. Number 3, social network analysis. And number 4, image segmentation. And number 5, anomaly detection, and so on. It is utilized. The next one, we want to know the difference between what is meant by classification and what is meant by clustering. In this picture, you can able to show that a blue color circles and the green color triangles as considered their predefined labels, whereas here this blue color circles are classified based on their child characteristics, whereas the green color triangles are formed as a group based on their adult characteristics. The classification is utilized in supervised machine learning technique, whereas clustering it is utilized in unsupervised machine learning technique. The next one, different strategies of clustering. There are two types. Number 1 is hard clustering, the second one is soft clustering. So what is mean by hard clustering means the data points belonging to only one gather. Let us see the example, a retail store. Here the clusters are formed based on their annual spending. Here shows the budget buyers, here shows the regular shoppers, and here it is a luxury buyer. So from this picture, we can easily identify that one sample belongs to one cluster. When it comes to soft clustering, here the data points that belong to another group also. The music streaming users always listen to pop music lovers and also the jazz enthusiasts as well as the classical fan. So here shows the soft clustering means the one sample that belongs to multiple clusters. The next one, a different clustering strategies in machine learning. The first one, centroid based clustering, we call it as the partition methods. The second one, connectivity based clustering, we call it as hierarchical clustering. The third one, density based clustering, we call it as model based method. And the fourth one, distribution based clustering, and the fifth one, fuzzy based clustering. So in this lecture, we are going to see the top 3 partitioning method, hierarchical clustering and the model based method. The first method is partitioning method. So in this picture, you can identify that the data sets are partitioned into a non-overlapping clusters, which means the data points that belongs to exactly one clusters. So what is the goal of this partition method means? We want to minimize the distance between the within the cluster and also the centroids. The next one, how to measure this minimum distance means by using of Euclidean distance or Manhattan distance or Minkowski distance. So here shows a partitioning method that utilizes the k-means algorithm. The k-means algorithm is one of the popular clustering algorithm for classifying the clusters into the equal variances. This k-means is very fast and efficient when we are utilizing the large data sets. So here shows the steps of the k-means clustering algorithm. Let us see the steps. The first one, input the clusters, which means inputting the data set and selecting the number of clusters, which means for example k equal to 2, k equal to 3, like that we are selecting the clusters. The second one is initializing the centroids. Here we are randomly selecting the initial cluster centroids from the data points and generating them. The third one is assigning the data points to the clusters. So how we can assign means by using of Euclidean distance or Minkowski distance. The fourth one, recalculate the centroids. So how we can recalculate means by computing the mean of all the assigned data points to update the centroid. The next one, check for convergence. Convergence means comparing the new centroids with the previous centroid. So if the centroid have not moved significantly means it comes to one maximum iterations. So it comes to the final point. Otherwise we have to go back and we have to recalculate the centroid. The next one, output the cluster. Finally we have to display the final cluster and also the centroid. So here shows the Python programming with a simple example. Here we have imported k-means with the help of sklearn, then pandas, then matplotlib for visualization. Here we have created a sample data with the help of age and income. Then we have all those data are framed into a data frame. Then we are applying the k-means clustering. Here consists of three functions. One is n clusters, the second one is random state, and the third one is fit function. So here we have considered three clusters to form a group. Next one is random state. It is used for reproducing the results, and this fitting the data frame means training the k-means models to produce the data points. The next one, k-means labels. Here the attributes are formed into a clusters. Then k-means dot cluster centers. So here we are arranging the coordinates of the centroids. The next one, we are plotting the clusters with the help of the scatter plot. Here we have utilized the C map, which is nothing but color map, and then pointing the x coordinates and the y coordinates with the red color with the marker of x for marking as centroid. Then finally the x label age and the y label income and the title customer segmentation with the k-means clustering. So in this figure you can able to analyze that the young individuals with the lower income in the age of 25 to 30, they are getting the salary of some 45 to 55,000 that form as a one cluster. The second cluster is with the middle aged individuals with the age of 35 to 45, they are getting an income of 60 to 75,000. So that form as a second cluster with the centroid X marker. The third one, the older individual in the range of 45 to 50, they are getting the higher income of 85,000 to 1,20,000 that form as a third clusters. So here shows a simple examples of k-means algorithm. The next method we are going to see about hierarchical based method. This is also one of the unsupervised machine learning algorithm. It is used to similar the data points into the clusters based on their features. So what is the main difference means in this hierarchy based, we are showing into a tree-like structure of the clusters. So that we call it as a dendrogram. These are the types of clustering. There are two types are there. So one is agglomerative clustering. The next one is divisive clustering. So what is agglomerative clustering means? Here you can see the figure that it will start the data point with its own cluster and it will iteratively merge the closest clusters until it form a single cluster. So this we call it as a bottom-up clustering. Whereas divisive is nothing but here which starts with the data point with a single cluster and it is iteratively split into a smaller clusters. So this we call it as a top-down clustering. The next one is steps in hierarchical clustering. So there are different steps. First one, computing the distance matrix based on the Euclidean or Manhattan. The second one, merging or splitting the cluster based on agglomerative or divisive clustering. The third one, updating the distance matrix after the each step. These are the linkage criteria. What is the use of linkage criteria means measuring the distance between the clusters. So there are four linkage criteria are there: single, complete, average and centroid. So what is mean by single linkage means covering the minimum distance between the points in two clusters, whereas the complete linkage means maximum distance between the points in two clusters. The next one, average linkage means average distance between the points in two clusters. And the last one, centroid linkage, here distance between the centroid of the two clusters. So here shows a simple Python example based on hierarchical based. Here importing the NumPy, then we are importing the hierarchy as SCH, then matplotlib for visualization. Then we are importing pairwise distance and square form from the spatial distances. Here we have the data of point A we considered as 1, 2 and point B as 3, 4 and point C as 5, 6. Next we are calculating the pairwise distance based on their Euclidean formula. Then we are calculating the square form. What is the use of square form means for better visualization, we are calculating the distance matrix square. The next one, this Euclidean distance and the square form distance matrix will be printed, and then we have utilizing the method called single. What is mean by single? Here it is single linkage. What is the use of single linkage? For calculating the minimum distance of the data points. Then we are plotting the dendrogram with the figure size of 8, 6. Then we are given the title of dendrogram for hierarchical clustering. Then we have applied the x-axis, y-axis and showing the plot. After plotting the dendrogram, we have to cut off the distance to create the cluster. Here we have fixed 4, and then F cluster is used for assigning the clusters for each data points and then printing all those clusters. So here shows the output. After calculating the Euclidean distance, we are getting a 3 by 3 matrix. Actually, we have begun with the 3 clusters A, B, C. So first we have to merge the closest clusters A and B with the distance of 2.828. So now we have 2 clusters A, B and C. The next one, we have to merge the closest cluster of A, B and C with the distance of 5.656. So after merging, we will have a single cluster of A, B, C. So finding the cluster assignment of each data point is 1, 1, 1. The next clustering is density based. Here it identifies the clusters in a data set based on their density of the data points. It is not like a partitioning method whether we can choose a random clusters. Here it is applicable for irregularly shaped clusters also. Along with the noise also it is considered. Actually the core idea of this group is to gather the data points that are densely packed. So if there is any sparse regions or noise also, it is applicable. The next, for density base, here we are utilizing the dbScan algorithm, which is nothing but density based spatial clustering of applications with the noise with the radius of epsilon and minimum points we have utilized equal to 3. So these orange colors are mentioned as noise points or the outliers. So the covering the distance between the core point and the epsilon, others are belongs to the that blue circles or belongs to the border points, and the center is nothing but the centroid of the core point. So here shows the clustering algorithm dbScan steps. First we have to input the parameters, which is epsilon and the minimum points. So what the epsilon will covers means the maximum distance between the 2 points to be considered as a neighbors, whereas the minimum points means minimum number of points for forming a dense region. Next we have to visit an unvisited point from the data set by randomly selecting. The next one, we want to classify the point. We have to check the point whether it is a core point or border point or it comes under the noise or an outlier. If the point at least a minimum point neighbors with the epsilon means it comes under a core point. Otherwise, if not, it comes under a border point. We have to expand the clusters. If the point is a core point means we form a new clusters and also the neighbors with the epsilon to the clusters. For the neighbors that are also core points, we have to expand continuously. Then mark as visited to avoid the duplicate entries. The next one, repeat until all the points are visited. And finally, we have to output the clusters and also the noises. So here shows an example with the point of A, B, C, D, E, F and X, Y points. So A has 1, 2, B has 2, 2 and C has 2, 3 and D 8, 8, E 8.5, 8.5, F has the X value of 9 and Y value of 9. So here we have considered the epsilon value as 1.5 with the minimum radius as considered as a neighbors. Second parameter is minimum point is equal to 3. Here we have considered to form a clusters. So from this cluster formation, how it is formed means the core point of A has been a neighbor of, which means this 1, 2 has been a neighbor of 2, 2 and 2, 3, which means the point B and C. So this expand to form a cluster 1. The next one, core point of D, point D has a point of 8, 8 which has a neighborhood of E and F 8.5, 8.5 and 9, 9. So this expand to form a cluster 2. So here shows the summary of our lecture. We considered the clustering algorithm as centroid based clustering for based upon the proximity to the centroid, and we have utilized k-means and k-means plus plus and k-medoids for the algorithms. The next one, connectivity based algorithm. This is also utilized for proximity between the clusters. So the algorithm utilized this hierarchical clustering. There are two types, agglomerative and divisive. And the last one is density based. Here the cluster points are based on their density instead of proximity. Here we have utilized the algorithm of DB-scan, optics and HDB scan. So that's all. Thank you all.